I'm going to walk you through how to install a collector through the Setup Wizard. You can access the Setup Wizard by clicking on this icon here, on this link, or you can also access it by going into Setup Wizard. I click on Setup Streaming Data, and one of the options I have in here is Host Metrics. Let me click on Host Metrics. If I had already had an upgraded collector, I could use that to pull my metrics, or in my case, I'm going to install a brand new collector. It asks me which operating system I'm using, and then the instructions in here suggest that I open a terminal, copy this command, and paste it into that environment. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to paste this in here, run that command, and what it's going to do is it's going to download that collector, and then it's going to run through the installation, and then it's going to use this token that it already assigned so that it can do a handshake between my collector and the service itself. Great. It now launched my installer wizard, and it's running through the installation, and it completed. Fantastic. Now that it's done, I can go back to the UI and click on this continue button that used to be grayed out. And now it's asking me, fantastic, what source category do I want to use? In my case, I'm going to use something called host metrics. Let's call it app2. And I can choose the interval. So this is very similar to what you saw earlier with my upgraded metric. And in this particular case, why don't we choose all metrics? Why not? I can click on all of them, click continue, and it's going to start my collector communicating with the service and uploading all my data. Great, my install is complete and I can start querying my data. If I click on this, it's going to open a new tab and it's going to pre-populate that with my source category, and in particular is looking for a given metric. Of course, my data just loaded, so I don't have a lot of data showing. Let's give it a little bit of time. In the meantime, let's go see and find that collector that got installed. Again, the name was Mario, so I click on Mario. There is my collector, and not only did it install the collector, but it created that source for my metrics as well. So here is my metric source. Here is the source category. I can go edit it to see all the values that it selected. Remember, 1 minute interval, all the different metrics. So this all looks great. Let's go back to that metric page and see if we're now having some data. Fantastic. At least I see 1 minute's worth of data, and as the time goes by, this graph here will be filled out with my data. As before, I could choose some other metric. Perhaps I'm going to choose a metric from some other ones, like the disk used, and I can see that value in there by hitting enter, and I see my disk used in here as well. Great. So I just showed you how to install a collector using the Setup Wizard. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.